space concrete made with human blood. Mwah. Good news, they won't have to use any more human blood to make the bases. Phew, that's that's a good thing. Imagine me falling upon a post this morning that says scientists say they could possibly use potatoes and starch and salt to make the most solid brick, even stronger than any brick made here on Earth. Space concrete made with human blood, but potatoes now are much better. So this is the news this morning. The potato news. This is what I should have called this stream is potato news live stream, because that's how crazy the world is getting actually right now. Engineers have created a very intriguing concrete alternative using simulated Martian or, of course, lunar soil, potato starch, and salt. So Martian soil, we got the moon soil with potatoes, potato starch, and salt. Obviously, a little bit of water. They're not going to talk about it. The space concrete, twice as strong as conventional concrete, the researchers say. They hope the new material will eventually facilitate construction efforts on the moon and Mars. This is why I'm very intrigued with this silly potato news, because in reality, we all know that if we're going to the moon, the next step has to be about creating a landing site, right? If it's not already existing. But, they're going to have to use some type of method of processing and creating concrete, obviously, on the moon. They're not going to be bringing bricks from Earth like they did probably in the past, or maybe not. Somebody did build all those machines or structures that are on the moon. You got to wonder who built them. In a new study published in the journal Open Engineering, 2 researchers from the University of Manchester in England demonstrate the effectiveness of potato starch as a binder to create the novel starcrete. Okay. They need investments, guys, right? So we're not going to blame them for coming up with this idiotic ideal so that yet again they can get more money and more funding from the American people. What are the other countries doing to rake in money from around the world? Probably taking money from the people in those countries too. We got a whole bunch of countries now that want to head to the moon and to do a whole bunch of things. Astronomers in the news are also complaining a lot about the star trails. It's not star trails, sort of the satellite trails that are being imaged, obviously, with larger telescopes, and not just larger telescopes, astronomers, apparently, probably not the amateur ones. But there's talk about complaining about keeping our skies dark, because more and more, I don't know if you've done a little bit of research or have heard of this yourself, the skies are getting brighter all the time, more and more bright. It's getting harder and harder for us to see stars, getting harder and harder for us to see, well, not UFOs, because they like to come down to us so that we can see them. How's it going, everyone? This is the afternoon stream on Friday. We'll have another one this evening at 8 o'clock. And I thank you all for stopping by. Subscriber button is broken. So if you guys want to test it, go right ahead. We are getting close to 100,000 subscribers. And the closer we get to 100,000 subscribers, the less support the channel seems to get. And I'm talking about outside support, new people. This is one of the most supportive communities I've ever seen on YouTube. It's all you amazing people that come here every time during the streams or whenever you can. And I really appreciate that. His Highness is here. Party time. Excellent. Yes. Scott Marion, what's up, man? Hey, Pat in the house. Julie Stats. Hiya, my awesome Moon Master man. Well, thank you very much. Love your face. I appreciate that. I hope you and Gate Smasher are doing well today. There's more Starlink satellite launches that they're going to be messing up the skies again, getting ready for an incredible springtime. Apparently, it's going to be warm, but yet they're announcing another storm. We got two more snowstorms coming my way here, anyways. the last snowstorm, I didn't get it. And hey, protesting in Montreal, guys. We got the cops were out. We got the fire trucks were out, and they were clashing with protesters. They were telling people it's absolutely illegal to be outside protesting. So it's now illegal to protest peacefully here in Montreal. And you know what the worst of it is that none of you saw that on the news, aside from maybe a very limited few people that lived around here where I am and in Montreal. It's just something that's not in the news anymore. Weekend, finally, but almost. Some of you, I don't want to push it. Some of you are still at work. Some of you are going into work on your breaks in the afternoon, maybe listening in. And I thank you so much for it. Hey, Chris, nice to see you, man. Thank you very much. Missed your last live show by minutes. Damn. All your fans in Cornwall wish you well. Chris, I can't thank you enough, man. Sending down energy your way to you and your family. And thanks for listening in, man. Thanks for coming back and trying to watch the streams. I really appreciate that. Andy, how's it going? The sun's on the way, Chris. So they say, hopefully, we're going to get a lot of rain this summer, guys. The sun right now is extremely active. We're talking about a G3 strong storm. Probably, if I'm not mistaken, some radio emissions. Again, maybe some type 2 radio emissions. Possibly a coronal mass ejection is a big coronal hole facing Earth, southern towards the southern side of the sun, but still facing Earth. And the activity is really bad. The solar winds are high. The flux is high. Negative flux. Hey, Scott, thanks again, man. Starcrete with. Hey, yeah, think of it, Starcrete. This is so silly. I can only imagine the new terms and all the new crap and silly stuff. Liverpool. Yes, sir. Liverpool, UK in the house. Thanks again. Now, Andy Bowker. Nope. Andy Boyer. Bowyer. Bruce always destroys names. So if I pronounce that right in one of them, thanks for being here, Andy. Hauser, how's it going, my friend? Afternoon. Great weather here in Appin. That's good. Whoop, he disappeared and he's back. In Appin, midnight, that I believe is in Scotland. Midnight clear sky with decent aurora predicted. Yes, right you are about the auroras in the UK also. Hopefully you'll get a clear night to be able to see some of them. I've seen some of them back in the 90s, a long time ago here in Montreal. And at that point, when I was seeing the auroras, Aurora Borealis, as I'm here in the northern, I'm not actually in the northern part of maybe of Quebec, more in the northern part of Quebec, in the north, near the North Pole. That's what they call the Aurora Borealis. But I get to see some nice auroras. Got to see some nice auroras at the end of the 90s, and I've not seen any ever yet since that time. Decent aurora predicted, hoping to get out and photograph. I hope you see them, absolutely, because that's something pretty nice to be able to see. And for those who have never seen it, seasonings, new smoker. Oh, are you? Is that what smells so good? Are you smoking bacon? The smell of when they used to smoke fish. I haven't had that in ages and years. I was young when I tried that. One of my friends, his dad was smoking some fish in a smoker, and I was like, oh wow, that is good. Burn, hello man, how's it going? Sorry, Patricia Parker in the house. I've heard they use blood as well. Good afternoon, Bruce. Happy to see you live again. Thanks so much. Isn't that odd, Patricia? Using blood, obviously, blood congeals. Blood, becomes a sticky. It's like a glue in reality when you think of it. But I don't know. Like, couldn't they use corn syrup or something instead of using human blood? I like the way they say human blood. Like, I mean, killing so many animals here on Earth, you'd think that they'd be using animal blood, unless it's maybe not the same. Who knows? Going to have DNA buildings. I have this vision in the future, or maybe even in some outside galaxy, living structures where they heal themselves Okay, they're not smiling and welcoming people to come into their homes, their bodies there. But I mean, imagine it being a living organism. Oh, actually, um, look at mushrooms, what they're doing with mushrooms. There's a certain mushroom, a fungus that can grow, make a structure, okay? And when there's holes in the structure, let's say somebody smashes through a part of the structure, well, it heals itself literally as the fungus grows back over the area. And that fungus, the mushroom fungus that they're talking about, is extremely hard and solid, right? But you got to think and wonder that, mark my words, they're not going to be talking about the plunging temperatures on the moon, because that would come into factor, would be a very important thing, right? Like, do we have any bricks here that can be in 5,000 degree fires? They're going to start melting, they're going to start chipping, decaying, degrading for sure. But there's not much mention about that. So more and more they're going to bring this out and talk more and more about some of the truth of that. Guys, did you see on Mars the first image with Mars? We know there's the winds, we know there's the atmosphere now, we know there's sunrise. Obviously they say that there's no scattering of light, but we've heard astronauts say that there's scattering of light on the moon. Scattering of light, photosynthesis and all that, things that don't occur on the moon. And they say that the combustion process does not occur on the moon either. And the scattering of light would not be possible if there's no oxygen in the atmosphere. So when you start doing research and details in that, you actually see some loopholes of some of the things that they say, or that they're deliberately, not bringing up because they don't want anybody to know about a certain secret. So like I said, often they will not necessarily lie about everything, but they like leaving things out. And if they leave something out, it's just your assumption if you mention something that wasn't mentioned, right? And of course, people that bring these things up don't get much hype or attention. But a livable, breathing, literally alive fungus that we could build structures with. I blew me away that we've never done this here on Earth. To think of healing the planet, to saving it, instead of using, I guess using wood. I'm not going to get mad at people for thinking of using wood. I think it's pretty logical. But when people here on Earth a long time ago, not that long ago, but a long time ago, started understanding that toxic chemicals and producing new types of elements, we could do basically anything we want. So we can have a perfect world, but it's totally toxic, cancerous. But we could do anything. We can build any way we want. We probably could make a material that's more solid than titanium or than a diamond, because that's another project that the Pentagon and the American government is working on, is trying to find an element that is very light in weight, like as light as plastic, but that would be as solid as titanium, easy to maneuver and move around, but impossible to bend. Why are they doing that? Because they probably really want to go to the moon. And for years, all of us here, we say, well, there's humans and aliens up on the moon. Some people don't believe it. They'll say, no, there's aliens. Or some people say it's ancient structures. But aside from that, that's what we're going to hear for another 10, 20, 30 years, is just us fighting about it. I do believe there's going to be a disclosure. 100,000% there's going to be a disclosure, but it's not going to be for the reason that people think it will be for, or have been said for. For example, they're not going to do it because they just, they've been really patient. Let's just let them know let them in on what we're doing. It's because out from the inside of these associations that we so talk down about often, CIA, FBI, there are some people on the inside that are trying to come outwards. Another silly thing that I noticed, this is just a little inside joke, but you notice how all the names of the people working on UFO projects that suddenly come out, they all have Italian names. Maybe not Italian, but they certainly sound have a sort of twist to it. Hear about Luis Elizondo, Andrew Basiago. We hear about what's the other one very recently, the former FBI John D'Souza, Andrew Basiago, John D'Souza, Luis Elizondo. It's all these names that remind me of some type of mafia. But anyways, They say that they're running the world. Burns in the house. Anna Bone is here. Hello. Merci, Anna. Thank you. You see the chemtrails today, Pat? They were moderately bad this morning. I haven't even dared check this afternoon. The sun behind the clouds yet again. There's some more snow on the way for us here in Quebec. Quebec, another 30 centimeters. Hopefully us here only about 10, 15, but they say it's not going to stay. I mean, this is the end of the year sort of storms, but it's lingering. It was lingering this year, and I'm anxious for it to stop, for these storms to be done. It'd be nice if we had 2 storms a year. They just drop 100 centimeters the first storm. Then 2 or 3 weeks after, they drop another 100 centimeters. Then we're done. Instead of these 5 centimeters this morning, 3 yesterday, 2 centimeters this morning, 7 centimeters, then 10 centimeters and 15 centimeters. So you're continually outside shoveling. And for those in cold air regions, cold areas, that it's hard as hell on the roof and on the car, boy, when the winter's up and down like that, when it's from freezing to thawing to freezing to thawing. So imagine how they would have to make really good bricks on the moon, since there's thawing. It was, the brick is going to be like red during the day, and at night it's going to be plunged down to minus 500 degrees Celsius. I have a hard time believing that. I believe there's maybe areas on the moon that the temperatures plunge down, but I highly doubt that all of a sudden the evening arrives and it starts getting really damn cold. You have a long time during the day to be outside in your comfortable clothes, by the way. When they supposedly landed on the moon, whether they did or not, the temperatures that they declared were on the moon, guys, was 29 to 28 to 29 degrees Celsius. Warm summer day. And they say that a day on the moon lasts 29.5 days here on Earth. So it's not that it's longer. It's that you get day and night, but you don't see it, right? But 29.5 days for the sun to leave the first spot that you see it, and for it to come back to that same spot. And they say same spot. It won't go back to the same spot because we're always moving around so much. Even though they say that the moon is tidally locked with us, it's tidally locked with us and moving left and right with us, I guess. That's a little hard to believe. When you do the research, you start researching, you go, well, there's some stuff that really doesn't make any sense. Doesn't mean that it's not right, but sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Tammy, thank you. Thanks again. I appreciate that, Tammy Luther. Thanks for becoming a member. I know a lot of you become a member, and then because you don't have to be here 12 months, and a lot of you stay for a couple months, pull out, come back a year after, and I think that's super awesome that you all do that, and I thank you very much for doing so. Mr. Gate Smasher, hoorah, the Bacon Master in the house. How's it going, man? Hey, is that weather being nice to you guys? I love your area, by the way. In a video that you guys recently posted about your new area. Beautiful. Thank you very much, man, for the ongoing support over the years, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you. Liverpool, UK is chemtrailed to THAC. Yes, I heard that. UK, and everyone that comes here from the UK also tells me absolutely just that there's chemtrails like crazy. And anyways, the UK is one of the countries that's part of that. When was it? Way back in 1940s, would be 47. The first time they wanted to chemtrail geoengineer over New York, then other countries joined in. UK was also another country that joined in. And now we're paying for it, right? We have no idea what the hell they're spraying on us. Well, we have some idea, and we get to know some things that they spray on us. It's the sad part is that they get to decide everything. No matter what they're going to do, they get to decide it. Honk, honk. It's coming. Protests in France. Tell you guys, it's really something else. So I made a fire in front of the town hall or city hall yesterday in Paris, France. And I guess it caught a part of the building. Then 10, 15 minutes later, they had it put out. They always lie to us about the numbers, right? I'm not confirming it because wouldn't want a fact checker to strike me, or to say, oh my goodness, Bruce said there was 100 injured when there was 103 injured. We'll never know. They were talking about police officers, which, by the way, the police officers in France, if you're listening right now, they're not going to be listening. Obviously not. What a bunch of sorry cowards. Really, really sad. I saw some elderly people being beaten with baguettes. No, that's racist. Stereotypical, with their metax, their bats, really going to town on the people, hurting the people. I saw some teenagers also, because you see, if you guys are watching some of the protests in France, what they're doing is that the police are gathering up together in large groups, swaths of police officers, 12,000 now in Europe, on the ground, right? And they take off running to a certain area where there's maybe 15, 20 people hanging out, and they just ram through them with the clubs, pushing them out, calling them assholes, telling them to get the hell away and to get out of their towns and go back to their homes, that they'll be arrested. And a lot of people are standing up. The farmers are standing up. And now there's talk about it. Is it coming to Canada? A lot of American people say, hey, Canadians are pussies. Canadians are pussies. They don't stand up for, yeah, we started the trucker convoy. Don't forget that. Honk, honk. And it's coming back. And it was beautiful that Americans did the same thing. And we all did the same thing. Each country contributes, right? Each country does a little bit more than the other one, or does something a little bit different than the other one. So, big-headed Martian in the house. Thank you very much. I'm anxious to see what happens with the sun, guys. Prepare for more crazy weather in the southern hemisphere. It's all the same areas that we're seeing. You know, also Pacific Ocean, southern Pacific Ocean, all those areas, Tonga, Canary Islands, also all those areas are going to be hit continually are going to be pummeled by devastating weather. The States, what the hell's going on in California again? They just got pummeled right after the St. Bernardino and Bear Lake, the accumulation of the snow. I believe you guys are waiting there in California for more snow. Lots of flash flooding. There were levees that broke and whatnot. Maybe one levee. Don't want to start any rumors, but I did see that levee break, and then it went on to other highways, and the highways were flooded with water. Just absolutely horrible. But as long as everybody's just losing the houses and not losing any family members or dying in all of this, you got to be very vigilant and, as we say in French, prévoyant. You have to think ahead of what's to come, because we're getting into a crazy world here. They're getting ready because the P air, yes, is best for the reptilian, hence the stuff destroying our air. That's a little scary, Anna. Bone, thanks for sharing that. I hear a lot of you come here with that theory. It's an interesting theory. It's a very scary theory, one that I had not thought of yet. There's too many things to think of, right? Reptilians coming here, in theory, if it was so, and I think now that by this point, it could be a possibility that they exist. If they came here, I did hear, Anna, many years ago, that some aliens were not able to come here. Like, for example, if they exist, the Kazoo, the gray aliens, they would not, supposedly, this is not in theory, this is a fact written online, whether it's a fact or not. They say they can't come here because of the fauna, because of the humidity, because of the water-like, atmosphere. Always made me laugh, because I always believed that those were like frog people. When I look at an alien like that, even its features, okay, the eyes, and I tend to think that they might not be telling us everything, and they could have webbed hands and feet. There's the talk of them having 6 fingers. Also, when you go back in doctrines and scriptures and old scriptures in certain religions, they talk about beasts with 6 fingers and the Nephilim, whatnot. So remains interesting, I'm telling you. What's real now? We don't know what's real anymore. I saw a giant frozen in bloody Antarctica in a mountain. What the hell am I looking at? How could that not be in the news? Is that real? Lots of stuff that they're talking about, eh? You see about the celebrity deaths. There's so many people in I don't know what countries they're coming from, but they're starting to talk about deaths now. Oh, Trump died yesterday. You look at the video up that he died. He died. There's even a part of his funeral. It's on YouTube. It's like it's a lie, but That's what people are doing. Welsh hammer, honk, honk. Alexis, how's it going? Great work, Bruce, as always. I thank you so much, guys, for appreciating the videos. Thank you. Have a nice day, Alexis. Hello, Bruce. Much. Gal in the house again. Thank you for streaming. Hey, thank you very much, Dutch Gal. I appreciate that. Hello and welcome. Thanks a lot. I've always wished I was able to speak every language of the world. Wouldn't it be fun if every country we had a universal language where we could all completely share every secret coming from all of our countries, what all our governments are doing, what we're seeing on the streets. So somebody that speaks many languages is a weapon. I bet you the government fears people that speak more than two languages because they can reach out to so many more people. These days, it's important for us all to know that we're strongest in numbers. All of us together form one hell of a big spiritual group of people together. That's what scares them. When we start fighting with each other and disagreeing on social media and stuff, government's always very happy about that, right? They're like, oh, good. The blacks, the whites are going to be mad at each other, and then Asians are going to be mad. They don't talk to us, and then they're being indoctrinated in their country that we're bad. North Koreans are being indoctrinated that we're bad. As we're indoctrinated that they're bad. Some of them are, but it's just where's the truth in everything? We're all told the same bloody thing all the time. It gets mad. Celine loves light. Biden took the Fruto home with him. Yes. Yeah. I wonder if he stole any candles or any forks and stuff. I tell you what, well, for those that don't know, Biden came down here to visit Canada. I can only guess why. We're going to need a couple of bucks for our new country, Ukraine. It's sort of costing us a lot of money. Since we're also fighting in Syria right now, did you know there was a bombing in Syria? The Americans are there, by the way. Just under 1,000 soldiers never left fighting against ISIS all the time. Americans don't know that. Well, I'm not saying you're dumb. A lot of Americans didn't know that, right? They told us and the whole world and Americans that they left Afghanistan, and then we hear of things occurring. So it's a base that got hit, unfortunately, with some American soldiers. I don't know if they lost their lives or not. I hope not, but I fear that some of them, maybe a few of them have. So Biden issued an attack in Syria against an area where ISIS was. So now they're on standby, waiting to see if there's going to be a retaliation. If there's a retaliation, well, America will be at war with two countries. Matt Street in the house. Thank you very much. Hauser says we have class 1 dark skies here in Appin. That sucks. Almost as good as you can get. Okay. Class 1 dark skies. Not during the day, but at night. Yes, that's awesome. But astronomers are crying about it. And now there's talk from big astronomers. Imagine a strike where all the big telescopes go on strike. Not going to happen, eh? Government run. But there's a lot of talk about them being very concerned about the trails. And for those that don't know, it's quite simple. A large telescope is 24/7, looking at a certain area, always with the GPS moving and moving and moving and moving. And then, well, every frame, they get all these trails of the satellites when they go by or whatnot. And the images are full of lines. Hello, Darla. Hello, Julie. Thanks a lot, you guys. It's a great day here today, says my friend Gate Smasher. 85 feels like 92. That's good. It was a great day for a rocket launched. Yeah, I heard about it, and that would be, I guess, it could be more than one, but I guess it's I think, 54 satellites or something. They just sent some satellites up. It's nice to know when they go up. I like knowing it at the very moment because I have time to go outside and actually get the satellite train. I was able to capture 2 satellite trains because once they go up in orbit, they go up high, they turn the mirrors away, and we don't see them anymore. That's why I find it very odd that the astronomers are complaining about the trails and star trails or whatnot that we're seeing, because the reason why for that is that Elon Musk said it himself that they were going to turn the mirrors away, make the satellites instead of the gold Aero chocolate paper that they put on it. I'm sure of that. I'm sure they collect Aero bar papers, the gold paper on a mint Aero bar, just to be able to put that foil in the sky so it looks like it's golden. It looks like a piece of paper that they send up there when they do. It's always very funny. My greatest moon man. I know it may seem weird, me having a spanner. I promise you, you know me. Let me give you a clue. 3 things will soon be revealed: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Just some random guy on YouTube. What the hell's this? I'm just kidding. So you say that, I promise you, you know me. Let me give you a clue. 3 things will soon be revealed: the sun, the moon, and the truth. I agree 100,000% with that. I do. And I know it's going to come out like a lot of you do know now. Some people have no idea. And some people will still not even be interested when they come out with the truth of what's going on, because it's all related. The sun, the moon, Earth, the truth, and what's going on. The Pentagon, this was Alex Jones, I think, was talking about the other day, said, hey, the Pentagon mentioned, I don't know how long ago, that a mothership was soon to come to Earth and that would be seen coming to Earth. So now we resort back to John D'Souza, who in his book already talked about the fake alien invasion and amongst many other people. So do you see what they're doing? They're making it confusing. Well, what's worse than John D'Souza having written a book about what's going to go on? Other people that write books like John D'Souza explaining what's going to go on and having a different take or different idea or theory about it. So everything becomes just a jumbled up mess, like my head. That's how it is. Aleos Valhatla, merci mon frère. Merci vraiment beaucoup. Man, j'ai adoré, loved the music video that I saw that you made 2 weeks ago. Puis en passant, j'espère que tu fais le mieux. J'avais aucune idée d'avoir pogné comme une clisse de drip. Merci, bro, pour tous les grands sports que tu donnes à la chaîne, man. Thanks for coming by. 4 to 6 inches south, east part of state. Or is that degrees? 4 to 6 inches. Yeah. More snow for the States too, eh? There's some more storms. Oh, I didn't finish. California. Bomb cyclone is what is happening right there. It happened a couple of days. And here's the thing. I saw, by the way, California got a tornado. Okay, this doesn't happen in California, does it? I don't think so. It's a rare tornado, right? Especially this time of the season. And you could see a beautiful blue sky, not even any accumulation of clouds. Didn't look like it was a raining sky, but out of nowhere, out of the blue, right in the center of some part of California is very big, northern, southern. Anyways, I don't know every area about it, but there was a tornado that broke out and started taking houses apart, started whipping around, and all the accumulation of the debris and everything. And people are like, what the hell is a tornado? Lots of things that are happening in California, around the world also. But the fault line cracked. I did a bit of research, and apparently, yep, the crack line, San Andreas fault line is cracking, but it has cracked open a little bit more. They're expecting, an earthquake. If you look at it, listen to what the professionals said. They said around 1,500 deaths and 9.5 earthquake. Everyone, that'd be really good if everything just remains like that. But that's besides nuclear plants. I don't know, bases or things that are hidden in California, that have to do with defense, and that a lot of people, sometimes all of us, don't know about. And they're obviously not going to tell us about it. Brother lives in Homer, Alaska, sending pics of northern lights. It's crazy. The whole sky is green. Absolutely amazing. And on top of it, my gosh, if it's during that time where the 6 months of darkness in Alaska, that means day and night. You're outside 24/7 and you're looking at these incredible lights. And believe me, they are really incredible. Scott, Alaska has always been a region where I've always wanted to go. There are so many documentaries on YouTube where people go to Alaska and just the people of Alaska just welcome people in to their homes and stuff. But these are areas that I really want to check out. And you know what? Especially before the bloody snow and everything melts. And who knows? We might never see snow again. Lots of water coming. I don't think we're going to run out of snow. China, they are trying to control all the peasants. Yep, definitely are. And now something happened here in Canada. Han Dong is gone. He quit the Liberal caucus after accusations that he was interfering with something that we can't talk about. Darla Lama, hello, says my friend, big-headed Martian. Thanks for coming by, as always, over the years, my friend. Great day to you too, Gate Smasher. Thank you very much, brother. I love you guys. How's it going, Diane? From Indiana, in the house. Are you waiting for some snow? Now I think everybody gets snow now in the States. You know, it's getting a little crazy with what's going on. See some nice changes in Florida. Some nice new laws that are coming into play against the CDC and the digital currency by a George Soros funded guy, Ron DeSantis. I'm really worried about that. We'll see what happens. Julie Parker, hiya, Bruce. Welcome back home. Well, nice to see you again. Thank you so much, Julie. Hi to you too. Trajectory of the rocket, says Gate Smasher, was in a direction I've never seen before. That's what I want to hear. That's interesting. That's very interesting. We're supposed to start our launches here, I would assume this year, if not in 2024, this year, the other end of, not far from here, actually. It's the other side of Ontario. They got a new launch site. They're going to be launching missiles and rockets. You can be sure of that. And I even heard him mention that it's to be launching Ukrainian missiles. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm really afraid my country was taken over by these terrorist groups from some other country that have infiltrated. And I can't wrap my mind exactly around it. So in other words, I understand now the elites. So the elites, in theory, I believe, are the ones that started probably every terrorist group that exists on the planet, right? That's basically what's going on. All these groups and bad groups that are formed, and they're attacking in every country, and continual attacks. That's China's doing to be sure that America and Canada and France, the UK, that we're always being pummeled and attacked, whether it be for attacking our economy or letting illegal immigrants come into our country when they should be going through the process. And you know what the worst part is? I saw a 4-hour, I don't know why I listened to it, documentary at the Texas border. The sheriff was allowed talking about his thoughts and about what's going on, but the people at the border patrol and international police and whatnot, the police themselves, they can't give their opinions or talk about what's going on. And the sheriff said straight out, really awesome guy, Texas sheriff, says, listen, and then he coughed. He says the people, he didn't cough, the people that are on a list to come into the States from Mexico that legally did what they had to do by filling out forms, by waiting many months, many years to be able to come into the country, can't come into the country because the illegal aliens that are flooding into the country, brought in by the cartel, are making so much money. The cartel, I mean, they get, it's now $6,000, anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000, I think, to have somebody come in from the border. So those 2 million people that came in just last year, you calculate $3,000 to $7,000 a head, a pop, coming across this border. And that's aside from all the drugs that they're entering in the states. They're still not building the friggin' wall. There's a big ass gap at the end. There's a good part of the wall built, and at the end there's this big open friggin' patch where people can come in as they please. But the problem is, it's not just Mexicans that are coming in, right? And it's people from all around the world, people from Syria, people from Afghanistan. You have pedophiles that are obviously coming in. Not all of them, probably a very small quantity of them, but who knows? Like, I wouldn't take that chance to assume that everybody's good. So where are they going if there's a different trajectory with that? That's interesting. My friend Joel Burgess in the house. Hope you're well. From me, the miss, and kids. Thank you very much. From the family to the wife to the kids to Becky to everyone. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Joel. Thank you, Darla, for welcoming everyone. Motley Sport, MS Sport. How's it going, my friend? Why is it jammed? Why is it jammed? Who's listening? Oh, 90 people listening. Oh, that's okay. 90 people listening. Susan Ravella in the house. I know I'm annoying with that. How's it going, you guys? Susan Rocky, hello to you both. Hey, Bruce and all. YouTube was seriously messing around with your live stream a few minutes ago and only giving a black screen at the start. All good now, though. I appreciate knowing that, hearing that. Thank you very much, Susan. Every time I try to do something good, that's what happens. That's what often happens. Hey, Alexis, can't thank you enough, my friend. I cannot thank you all enough. Sab the Seeker. I deleted my YT. Oh, yes. I thought maybe it'd be someone like that. Actually, hang on. I still got, I got some stuff on my wall. I got Jim gave me his brother's badges. I got Sab the Seeker that gave me something on the wall over there. And I should start showing it once in a while. I love the energy, you guys. Hey, Sab the Seeker. If you guys don't know Sab the Seeker, just some random guy on YouTube. He's one of the funniest guys I know on YouTube, and I love watching his videos. Thanks for being here, man. I deleted my YT account because of relentless trolls, etc. So is this what happens, man? When people are popular on YouTube, which you could very easily be so, right? People get jealous for whatever the reason. People get so jealous. I really don't know what it is, because we all have access to having our own channels, but that's how it is. I'm sorry you had to go through that, though, man. But just some random guy on YouTube. I love the name, the channel name, and I'm going to remember that's you, Sab. Thanks, man. I want to see the Northern Lights. Grew up in Adirondacks. Les Adirondacks, beautiful place in upstate New York, and never saw them. Central New York now, and still haven't. Well, I guarantee you we're going to be seeing it this year, definitely. Probably this summer, if I'm taking a guess. And if not, 2 more years, and we definitely will. From now to 2025, we're going to see it for several days, a long time in the sky. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw it even during the day when the sun starts getting really, really bad. And we're not even in 2025 yet. Thanks for sharing that, Matt Street. Thanks for coming in, you guys. They've been spraying over New York last couple of days. But yesterday they sprayed late 7 p.m. odd. We get that here. I get the night spraying yoga with Denise, and a lot. And sometimes they are, not sometimes, all the time, they're over top of the clouds too. They're high up, and they're bringing those lines of clouds. And most likely the reason why when you get up the next day, you see just all those odd clouds. I call it the morning odd cloud. You get up and you sort of see that square cloud by itself there. You're like, what the hell? Glitches in the matrix? I don't know, but we see some weird stuff. When you really look at the sky a lot, you see a whole bunch of screwed up stuff. That's how it is. Fish day for my family today for tea. That's awesome. Fish day is always good. I love fish. Very healthy too. All we can eat. Of course, with the radiation now and everything, I think we're still good for a little while. Was smoking, but it wasn't a fish. Bird says, my friend's dad was smoking, but it wasn't fish. That's a good one. Grew up by Lake Ontario and seen it a lot of times. Oh, really, eh? Makes your brain feel as well as I think. Oh, yeah, I imagine so. I was blown away when I saw them for the first time. It's literally like in a movie. They dance around in the sky. They appear, disappear. They're like little snakes. It's awesome. Hanging down drapes. It looks like drapes hanging down that are got lights going up into it. But definitely, guys, we will be seeing that again. Please drop a like, share, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Can't thank you enough. Just random guy on YouTube. Thanks, Mr. SS. I'll call you. Keep his name hush hush. Thanks, mods, and everything for you guys for welcoming the people coming in. Canada, nice to see ya. My flight to Montreal. Would you be down to grab a coffee? Why not? Of course, sounds good. So I told a whole bunch of people, anyone that will go as far as, because you see, I don't know if it's just because of some people in certain countries or whatnot, but here my insurances on my car permit me to drive around in town close by. I don't have an insurance to be able to go outside of my region because then, so, but if you make it down to Salaberry to Valleyfield, just on the outskirts, even Pat, at one point, we're going to have to go have a beer or a Big Mac or something. Have a nice big gathering would be absolutely cool. Definitely, if you're in the region, you got to reach me and tell me, and we'll try to find a location where we can meet up, maybe even Chateauguay. Yeah, so everybody here, anyways, Sab the Seeker, contributor to the channel. He's always been here for years. But that's his new channel, just some random guy on YouTube because the trolls like him too much. Core color art. Great topic today. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Not always easy having amazing topics, but I think it's easy these days to have amazing topics. Where will be the first base? What's the first object they're going to build on the moon? Are they going to build towers? Are they going to build, communication towers? Are they going to use the communication towers that are there? Are they going to try to mimic the structures that are on the moon? You can be sure of that. They're going to mimic the structures most likely that are on the moon. Hey, Bradley, how's it going, man? Hey, Star Hunter, I hope you're feeling better, man. Thanks for being here, Star Hunter. Another amazing support of the channel. Thank you, guys. Thanks again, His Highness. Happening 56.5 degrees north. So we get auroras quite regularly. It's always bloody cloudy. Yes, I hear you on that. We were supposed to get some auroras here in Montreal. That was just a couple of months back, but we got snow, sleet, hail, rain. We got everything all the way from fog to mists, and it was just ridiculous. The atmosphere is more humid. Do you know why there's more humidity in the world? You see that when I put the hand like that, it's because there's something good. Why? They say the Tonga explosion. Isn't that scary? Why is my eye red? Jeez, looks like it's bloodshot. The Tonga explosion. It was really a ballistic missile, but don't depend on what I say. I saw the video. So the volcanic eruption of Tonga, whatever you want to call it, all that humidity that it pushed up into the air, into the stratosphere, remains in the stratosphere, and it's going all around the world and changes weather patterns too. So we got several factors that comes into consideration when we're thinking of climate change. We got that. The other reason, don't forget, if we're in the interglacial period of an ice age, which, by the way, I still believe we're in the ice age that started 10, 20,000 years ago, because nobody knows yet how long an ice age lasts at all. What's going to happen is the Earth in an ice age, and I'm repeating myself here, but it's important information. Earth goes through a greenhouse effect and a heating period where everything melts and the temperatures rise, and so does the water. So there's no happened a long time ago, right? People say, well, God created a flood. Okay, well, now you must understand why people were praying to the sun because I think the sun had a lot to do with it. I've been saying it since 2018, and I wish science would admit it. It would be nice if it came down to that. I believe there was a massive flash from the sun that hit Earth and that caused the last ice age and caused a lot of rain and ice, then ice and snow to start forming because of the darkness wrapped around the earth. And we plunged into an incredible ice age. Mr. Peter Benton in the house. Thank you very much. Thanks, bro. Generous contributions, man. Hi, Bruce and all. Sorry I'm late. Been busy and different times, and all forgot for a moment there, bro. How are you all doing? Well, hey, I'm doing really good. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, the time changes. It definitely changes things for sure. I hear you on that. Hope you and Kelly are doing well. Thanks for coming in, man, as always. Bobana, thank you. How's it going? Julie says, nice cod, juicy, fresh fish from my friend who goes out on the fishing boat in my local harbor in Bridlington. Awesome. Yeah, I love fish. A whole bunch of, everything probably related to fish, except salmon. Not a big salmon fan. Unless it's smoked. Then smoked salmon would be probably very different. Bruce started earlier. I think he not just advanced the hour, but the minute needle too. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, I was what? I think I started 10 minutes early, but that's because of the pole shift. It's because of the pole shift. The axis of Earth is tilted a little bit too much. So, because of the tilt, I was able to get to the seat faster. And that's like the subscribers. The reason my subscribers are locked and going downwards is because of the shift. Once that bugger flips back upwards, the subscriber count will go back up. Most likely. See the fake smile? I'm really crying. Really crying inside. Sydney Hunt. Hello from the UK. Much respect. Same on my end, my friend. Always be and all much love. I think Moon has ET and we humans in a strange computer game VR. I'm not even going to laugh at that. It makes, yeah, right? A sort of thing, lol. Yeah, but the law is to be polite, but in reality, the rabbit hole goes deep. You said it, Sydney. Yeah, absolutely, man. But I like what you said, though, about the VR, the ideal that I do believe that they are playing certain war games. They do it here on Earth, and I tend to believe now they're going to do it in space and on other moons or planets for sure. That's how it is. Sydney Hunt, thanks for coming in, brother. I have antique mirrors stained with bead blood. Interesting. That's very interesting to know. Absolutely. What else actually? Yeah, there's some things that have actual blood in them. Anyways, that was a good one. Antique mirrors stained with bead blood. Makes sense. All the same good people coming back to the channel, you guys. Time and time again, I really appreciate it. And thanks for the contributions to you guys. Mr. Peter Benton's with us. Good afternoon, Pambi. Thanks. Thanks for coming in, you guys. I think it will be exposure of the elites, not aliens. Yeah, well, you're right about that, Anna. That's for sure. It's going to come first. And yeah, it's going to be exposing the elites. It's going to expose a couple of other things. Some other frontal organizations will be exposed. For all we know, it could turn around and say, oh, well, look, Goodyear company that makes tires was funded by the elites along with Toshiba, whatever. All these companies, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson. Do I have to name them all? Pfizer. No comment. Bradley says, if we can think it, then it's probably done. Yep. That's what they say. Anything we could think of, that we could invent or create, you can be sure it's been thought of. Definitely. Nick is in the house. Thanks a lot, Nick. My friend Crazy Music Space Jam, that's Eliel's Valhatla's channel, who's also here with his other channel. And please check out his music setup if you have not yet. That's Eliel's Valhatla's channel. You can go and say hi, encourage him a bit. Same time, it's a channel he's recently opened We're here for just a short time. I believe that, Gates Mesher. Help make things better than hard on everyone. No one knows what the qualifications are for entry into the next plane. That's right. I bet it's not by harming or hurting others. That is probably the number one thing that we all have to do. Seriously, I know most of you here, we're not, you're not racist. We're able to talk to other cultures. We're able to have somebody disagree. Like when somebody comes here and I disagree with them, there's I'm not going to name his channel there. I blocked him this morning. Some guy went in the community, because you see, I have a lot of respect for Americans and all countries, and I know that there's certain things that happen, like January 6th, like 9/11. I take always into consideration the same way I take into consideration indigenous people, black people, Asian people, white people. I know, crazy, eh? White people too, But for me, it's become very easy to be able to interact with other cultures, and without feeling that I have to change my traditions or getting mad because I disagree with someone's opinion. So, long story short, the guy went on to the community post that I posted about Trump not getting arrested. I predicted it. I made a guess on day one when they said that there was going to be arrest for Trump. I did not believe it was going to happen. It might next week. They're saying next week, but we'll see. And I was just being positive, saying they got nothing on him. He didn't sleep with Stormy Horseface Daniels. I'll say like Trump says, but the fact is that it's really hurting him. It's tarnishing his name. Cohen's the one that's loudmouth that's speaking up, saying, well, he paid Stormy Daniels. No, it was Cohen's that even told Donald, we got to pay her hush money, and Donald said no, but Cohen went along to do it anyway. So that's his problem. And why was I talking about Trump? So, anyways, long story short, the guy comes and comments, I can't stand Trump. So, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna have a bad day because somebody doesn't like Trump, right? You know what I mean? Like, who gives a crap, right? I know what's right, I know what's wrong, and I know what I believe. So, with all due respect, I told him, I said, well, hey, I appreciate that. I respect your opinion. And I said, you see, that way you can keep coming back to the channel, watching the videos. You're not mad at me because I like Trump. And it's not about liking, it's about having your eyes open. And I won't be mad at you for liking Biden. Then he got mad. He said, I don't like Biden, But it comes down to the very next day, he continued to comment on all the posts. Every time I would mention something about Trump, he would turn around and be a little offensive. And I said, have some respect for some Americans. And then I found out he wasn't American, and I blocked him. I said, no, because that's the goal of some people. I permit everyone to have their own opinions. You can come, hey, Bruce is fat, Bruce is stupid. I'm going to locate his family. I'm going to track him down and on Chalmers Street. I'm going to get him. Oh, well, go right ahead. Nobody's come to the door yet. The door's unlocked. Come on, come right in, But if it offends you online when people do certain things, that's what narcissists and sociopaths are looking for. They salivate. They almost come when another person is offended or upset and stuff. Why? I don't know. Maybe because they've always been offended by certain things. Maybe they're always crying and upset in the evenings. But you get a lot of pretty rough trolls here, right? Random guy, but that's how it is. Nick Bowker, thanks again, for coming in. I would say we are, Sydney. They say we are in the pole shift. Are we in the pole shift at the beginning of it? Are we out of the pole shift? Thanks again, Tammy. Are we out of the pole shift? How long will the pole shift last? We have the center core of Earth has stopped rotating. Now, Michio Kaku and some supposedly professional scientists are talking about giving a sonogram. They're going to be using sonograms to be able to see what's inside of Earth. We're in the beginning of time when it comes to doing research on the planets and even our own planet. We really are in the beginning of times. Come on now, chemtrails are fake and proven, says a buddy of mine who is a plane mechanic. He thinks he knows everything. I respect that. I respect that. Yeah, and the worst of it, you got the people flying the chemtrail planes that are actually, there are videos out there, and I've seen an Spanish or Italian pilot that said, "Yes, we are spraying the skies." They have two levers inside of the planes. Probably all planes are adapted to have them. Canister in the back with some whatever they put in it, and just spray it out. It's so easy to see the difference between contrails. So there are clouds on the moon. Changing subjects again. How cool is that one? They just showed the image of the clouds going over Mars. I have over 180,000 comments on my videos. I should go back and scroll through them, where some big channels and a whole bunch of people were laughing at me, saying my downfall will be for me pushing a fake agenda that Mars and the moon have cloud cover. Well, it's going to come out, and they're obviously going to talk about it soon on the moon. I hope so. I'm fingers crossed on it. I don't really have to have the fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure we will. However, because of the Gulf Stream, we get really warm weather. Hence the wet weather. We also have palm trees. Absolutely. I believe it. And beautiful palm trees. Hauser, you said it. When we're getting a storm that's coming from the States, Colorado, Texas, when it comes down, it goes over the Great Lakes and the Gulf and everything. And then it picks up so much water and dumps so much more water down on us every time. Florida had the horrible, devastating earthquake. Sorry. Don't want to bring any jinx to anybody. Horrible. Am I going to say it? Hurricane. So many things going on, but all the water it dumped on Florida in very little bit of time was something out of this world. Are we in the star of pole shift? You know what? Pole shift. I used to like playing that. Now I'm telling you, I believe that everything is shifting. So you know what? Look at it the way you want. Imagine the universe. Okay. All of a sudden the universe just goes like this. And in axis, the whole entire universe shifts. And when that happens, the stars remaining in place are looking lopsided now. I have seen so many changes with the stars. I believe it's a domino effect that's happening throughout the solar system. There's the electricity in my nose again. Throughout the solar system, I believe that the domino effect is happening, whether it be a black hole, which, by the way, I don't even know where to start. There's a black hole approaching our solar system. It might even be in our solar system, right? There's neutron stars very recently, less than 2 years ago, that collided with themselves. Then they started talking about all these crazy waves, pulsars, and now fast radio bursts that are sending messages that they're saying that it could be alien because it doesn't send a message like something that's natural, and it just keep on bringing out a whole bunch of stuff. But you see how people are adapting to it. If they would have come out, Sydney, the first day and told everyone, all right, guys, there's UFOs all around the earth. Prepare for volcanoes to start erupting. There's going to be cataclysmic events, an incredible pandemic that's supposedly going to kill millions. And also, UFOs could be aliens and they're on the moon. There's structures on the moon. Imagine them coming out with all that in one day. It's going to be like people jumping off high-rise buildings. I don't see it. I don't see that happening, but I guess some people see that happening. But I tell you what, they're coming out with little increments of all these things. They're coming out a little bit by little bit, telling exactly what's going on, right? Oh my gosh, did you hear about that? The Pentagon now is going to try to shoot down a UFO. 2-3 days after, nobody's talking about it, right? That's how it is. It's funny. We adapt, but they said on the news, people have already adapted this crazy wartime that's going on. You wake up in the morning, look at the news. Okay, Ukraine and Russia. Click next. Protests in France. A couple buildings burning. All right, next. Go start my afternoon. Go to work. Next day you get up, more protests, more. But it's like we get used to everything that's going on. Take it, clocks have changed in Yes, everything's different here. Everything is different here. Why does Elon Musk have a shaved side of his head? Do you know that in reality, Elon Musk's haircut is actually the same haircut as Kim Jong-un, where the Chinese people have the sides of their heads shaved? Han Dong, the one, the one that from the Liberal caucus that quit a couple days ago because they were saying he was interfering with something. We'll leave it at that because you can't talk about it. He has shaved head too. Me in the States, when Obama, and now it's the Biden, but now Obama was there, and Big Mike. What was with the purple vests everyone was wearing? You had Hillary Clinton with. Remember Hillary Clinton's reaction? I saw that video millions of times. I see her in my dreams at night going, remember that on stage? She was all impressed. Anyways, plenty of people laughed at Hillary so much. I'd never known American politicians so well since they started with that. It's all a big shit show. That's what's happening. Jennifer Parkhill. Hey, I'm glad you did. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Check out Darla's channel, y'all. Check out her funny community posts or videos. And if you want to send me some spaceship parts, that's the place to do it. I have a gentleman that sent me some incredible information that I'd started reading yesterday because I have to find some time to do so about our out-of-town friends. Some people really care about the channel and they send me some information, important information. Some lots that I already know, but lots that I don't. Hey, Alexis, I love you for it. I appreciate that. Alexis Williams, really appreciate you guys coming back. That tune you have been working on, Island Boy, me and Miss think it's boss. Julie can't believe how good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Joel, Julie, and everyone. I told her you're bloody good on guitar. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Island Boys is just hilarious. The music channel, like having a lot of fun, but they were talking about the Island Boys online. Like these guys, the Island Boys, actually, one of them, anyways, I don't know if not both of them, actually even committed a murder back in the days. So, however, these rappers become so famous after having done time, I've never really understood that. Snoop Dogg, everyone's like, yeah, he was in jail, man. Okay, well, why are these guys spokespeople for people in life? Like, anyways, that's just me. Hey, I owe you one, Snoop Dogg. We're talking about the white people like that. I owe you one, brother. Do you guys feel like me that I'm not afraid of what I think, but that when you get on social media, there's certain things you just can't say, right? Like if you say something about a certain race, I was going to go like, oh, why? I never understood that. Speak truth. If you speak truth, no one should be offended. Scott Lee's here. Good afternoon. Hey, thanks, man. Chris, come on, folks. Tap that like button. I love you for it. I appreciate that. I need some likes for the algorithm. There's no subscribers this month. What the heck's going on? It's like things are broken. Doesn't matter. Fear not. The videos continue. As will be the next video is tonight. Another stream this evening at 8 o'clock. We can meet up. Mon ami Justin Palmier. Comment ça va, mon frère? Hello, everybody from Brittany. Who would make a space concrete from human blood? What the hell is going on? I knew we'd get some good laughs. J'ai dit, on va rire avec ses stupidités, avec ses conneries. But that's how it is. Wanting to make bricks with blood. So bricks will congeal. I don't know how that's gonna go. I know blood's hard to get out of the carpet there, but there's a limit on what we can do. What are they gonna do after that? Put skin on the inside to insulate? This is like a morbid plan to use human beings and human waste to be able to build. Okay, let's change the subject. Build lunar structures. Absolutely, almost hilarious. Sydney says, I live in Plymouth in the UK. There's much chemtrails because Devon and Cornwall has the sea sort of next to it as blows, but Bristol, or just go on Google Maps in UK and look up. Thanks, Sydney. A rare earth magnet sticks to my forehead. Anyone know why? Yes, because it's a rare magnet. I don't know why. I do not know why. Any of you have problems reaching your cars with your remotes? Damn, car's too far away. You know what you can do? You can hold it on your head. The water that's inside of your brain is going to transmit, like Wi-Fi, the remote. You could back up 100 extra feet. Try it. Hold the minute up to your head by clicking. Now someone's going to say, like, I'm not going to do this. I know you will. You just see you outside. Stupid. Hey, it works. Try it because of what's inside of our brain. But a rare earth magnet sticks to my forehead. Anyone know why? Well, I know why. There's a certain magnet that's stuck to someone's certain arm after having taken a certain thang. Could have to do with that too. OBX Arms. I've always been a prominent of human blood in the manufacturing of concrete space bricks over cheap knockoff potato-based space bricks. Oh my gosh. I get it. Maybe we should use the human blood and, all those prisoners that we have. We need something to do with them. Giving blood every day. The guy's like white as hell. I built 3 cities, 14 metropolitans. All my bricks that they're building bricks to live on the moon. It's going to become a reality. OBX Arms, you know it. They will be talking about living on the moon at one point. 10-4, Sydney. Swollen and he accidentally hit Joel. He's so sorry. Oh, no problem. Tried to give a super chat and his hands are swollen. It doesn't matter. He'll be unhidden after. Thanks for letting us know. Accidentally hit Joel. He's so sorry. He's trying to get back in as it also kicked him out. If you could head that happens. So now we got 2 people out. No problem. I'm Batman in the house. Thank you very much, brother. Hey, Bruce, wild random thought. Go ahead, shoot. What if the planets in our solar system are alien spacecraft and the aliens, I've spoken about it before, absolutely as a theory, and the aliens just live inside the motherships and move around in a locked orbit? I believe that is fact. That's what I believe myself, like from the heart. Absolutely. I believe that is a fact. I can tell you that if all the planets are UFOs, yes, they can be living inside, and it's a natural process that the exterior of the mothership, they could allow humans to live and build on the outside of the ships so that they can manufacture products for the aliens. What do you think of that one? It's exactly what I've thought of many times. I would not exclude that as a plausible theory, honestly. Hong Kong, right on, Welsh Hammer. More are coming, more trucks, more convoys. It was supposed to be one here, and it's like it stopped. Azil, thanks a lot, man. Lechevsky, my friend. Hello, Bruce. Hello, everybody. Gotta support the people. Vive la France. Azil, another not racist guy, comes by the channel, appreciating other cultures and traditions. 100% Azil. We gotta support the people of France. I'm 100% behind them, and you know how they're trying to focus on the people vandalizing, which there's not a lot of vandalizing. I saw one guy with a post the other day. He was going window to window, bang, 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 but I was hearing French people saying, "Hey, la cana." They were telling him, stop doing that. When the fire started at the town hall, I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh no, let's get out of here." They're not there to destroy the town. They're there to have peace. And burning a garbage bin I think they should count it lucky. In the end of the 1800s, they took the parliament down with forks and hoes. Okay, hose, right? And today we're made to feel like you're a horrible, racist, bigot person if you want a peaceful protest, that you're doing something bad, you're speaking out about your own freedom of speech. It's bad. That's what they're making people understand. Hey, Wally Gerber, thanks for coming in, you guys. Whoop, I went right over Josh like he wasn't there. Where's my brother Josh? Hey, right on, Josh. How's it going, brother? Hey, I don't know, man. He's at the Rideau Cottage now, Rideau Cottage, which is the free house that we pay for Justin Trudeau and his family, Sophie and kids that go there, and his parties, of course. We pay for all of that. Biden stayed there overnight last night, so he's still there this morning, or he's on his way out this morning. I don't know. But why is he here? There's not a word as to why he was here. They'll make something up later on in the news. But if I was to take a guess, Josh, I would guess that he's coming to ask for some money for Ukraine. I don't know. Or maybe ask Canada to help half on sending more Leopard tanks and stuff like that, because basically probably everything that's being constructed in Canada here for military is being shipped off to a country that we don't know. Totally disgusting on my end. Anyway, that's how I see it. Crazy times. Justin says, yes, here in France, it's very dangerous and violent. Repression everywhere. Tear gas, fire, fury. Yes, the canon d'eau, water cannons. I saw a lot of things. I'm not kidding, man, Justin. J'ai vu des personnes âgées, man, d'une 70 d'années, se faire frapper par des matraques à pleine force. Un gars de 30 quelques années, là. A 30-year-old beating up elderly people in France on the road. I saw some teenagers with their heads busted open, lying on the ground. It's so sad. One guy was screaming, hey, leave him alone. It's my grandfather. It's like, what the hell? Are you serious? And they're savages. They're savages over there. There's going to be some arrests. There's going to be a revolution, that's for sure. They're in it. They're really in massive uprising. And not only there, across Europe, Belgium too. There's a whole bunch of countries that are protesting about what's going on. It'd be scary, eh? Having them feed on chemtrails. Scary stuff. True story. A guy with 6 fingers kicked me in the eye at football when I was young. He had his extra finger taken off. I heard of a person in my high school way back that had a 6th finger, but that got operated. You know, they take them off, man, not to stand out. Oh my God. So there's something up with that, a race of humans that had 6 fingers. So how many fingers did we have before they started taking it away? Do we have 3 side fingers? We got a finger on top, then you'd have the side finger. How creepy would that be? The side hands. It would be creepy. Definitely creepy. Let me scroll down here. Merci, Alias. Thanks for the contributions, you guys. Scratch is here. Eyes wide open. 13-year snake. Thanks, you guys. Evelyn Saba in the house. She's alive. Every time I hear something bloody happening in New Zealand, I said, I hope Evelyn's okay. Love you, Evelyn. Thank you so much. I made it a little late, but I'm here. I still love you the same. Love to the family. Hello, everyone. Missing you all. Love from New Zealand. Thank you very much, Evelyn, and thanks for the incredible support, comments, and watching the videos, and the beautiful comments, especially. Jedediah Crawford, how are you, my friend? No snow here in North Carolina. It's supposed to get up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit today. Yeah, I gotta remember the 80 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. And that's another thing that even Carlson Tucker was saying it. Or was it Tucker Carlson? It is Tucker Carlson. Oh, the pole shift. Sorry about it. He was saying the other day, he goes, What's with Canada in reality? It's what's with you guys in the States? It's pretty much both, but for a good laugh, Canada and the States, we use, he said kilometers. It made me laugh when he said the kilometers, kilometers. But and he says, they use miles. We use if you want to see how much a ton weighs, I get caught every bloody time. You go look online. I thought someone was going to say just weigh yourself. If you go online and you ask how much a ton is, well, be sure that you're asking American or Canadian because they're different. I don't even want to know about the UK, Spain, and all these other countries. Maybe they have a different number system, the metric system, or not. We don't use the metric system here. I know about it. My car does it indicate miles? It does. On the inside, small numbers miles and big numbers kilometers. In America must be the opposite. I don't know if you guys still have the kilometers. Probably even not. Probably not even have the kilometers. California is like one thing after another. It is. It's really, really, really sad for the people there. They went through so much crap. I know a lot of us are going through a lot of stuff, but it's everything or nothing over there. Don't forget, California even had. I hope I'm not mistaken. If not, if it wasn't Arizona or Texas, I believe it was California. There were lights in the sky, orbs seen in the sky coming down that actually crashed on the ground. 8 or 9 different lights and orbs. Look it up. It was freshly on the news a couple of days ago. We might have to look on some whistleblowing channels to be able to see that. Absolutely, Alexis Williams. I had the very awesome chance. He's a bit of a famous guy in my eyes. I had a chance to interact very little with Gary McKinnon. He was kind enough to stop by my channel to say that he took the time to look at some of the videos and even asked me at one point we'd have to get together to talk about that. And I just never came around to doing it. I would assume he would maybe be too busy. And here, I'm not going to hide it. Gary McKinnon, one of my biggest troll enemies, is watching him and follows Gary McKinnon. And I don't think that person's saying very good things about me to Gary about me. But I had the chance to find out about his case, what happened. There's a good MUFON video out about that. There's extradition and everything from the UK over to the States and whatnot. And there was a whole bunch of things going on in his life. He hacked NASA and did it in a very, very good way. A smart guy. He's a genius with what he did. And there's even a rumor that Gary McKinnon is not human. Lucky bugger. Imagine being that popular, doing something that badass that people think you're not human. And if it's so, well, even scarier. But yeah, I'm familiar with Gary McKinnon's case. Those of you that are curious, or if you want to interact with Gary McKinnon or even just say hello to him, you can very easily go to his channel. He will respond he replies to everyone, I'm pretty sure. Very interesting story, Gary McKinnon, eh? It's like out of this world interesting. Thanks, you guys. Joelle Saint Jean, hello. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It is crazy story, Azil. It's an incredible story. I had the chance to speak to him very little, but I was really happy that I was. Let me scroll down here looking at the time. 1:32. Oh, I'm late. I'm always late. We're not left, we are not right. We're at the bottom, and we're coming for those at the top. Yes. Popping in before work. I can't tune in at work tonight. I've run out of batteries, time, online time, physical time. Thanks, Adam Truth Finders. I appreciate that, brother. I'm back, baby. I couldn't agree more. Weird that the U.S. was funding Al Qaeda before they were announced terrorists. Absolutely. We heard about the Obama when the Obama administration was there, right? The caucus and the talk about them having actually formed ISIS. And before ISIS, remember what they used to call it? ISIL. Then ISIL became ISIS. I saw in Ukraine and Russia some badges, some weird badges of some group on their shoulders. So I noticed that. Scared me. Also saw the Nazi signs, and also that's another little thing, you know. Hush hush. Thanks, you guys. If you beat them to the ground, they will get angry. Yep. Oh yeah. Yes, for sure. We get a lot of private made telescopes. Great day in Colorado Springs, Rossin guy. Thank you very much. Grip Rippers here. Pan B says no snow expected in Indiana, but rain with flood watches and high winds starting tomorrow. Thanks for keeping us informed about that, my friends. Bloomin' 33 Masons. That's right. They're blooming too. Probably up to about 60, 70 now. Can't get used to the earlier time, but same here, Grit Ripper. Normality returns on Saturday with UK 1 hour forward jump. Oh, crap. So you guys must really be out of sync with me. We're really out of sync for sure because you haven't even put up the time ahead yet. It's going to be different. Always having us jump around just to get us tired. Yes, high wind advisories. When they're right about it, most often they're wrong, the buggers. They're taking over all the flood outlets in your area. Yes, they are. It's a government deal. They set this up, and I'd love to know why. Where's all these people at now? You're absolutely right about that. It's like it's become this big mystery. Have you heard Trump's speech when he was young and told if there was a wall in your way, find a way around it? Oh, yeah, they're going to have some fun with that one for sure. Yes, which makes sense. When there's a wall in your way, you have to get around it. But you know what he should have said? When there's a wall in your way, find a way to get around it, unless it's a well-built border wall. Then he would have been okay. Listen, I totally hear him. It's when they said he was racist because he wanted to block out Mexicans, and he turned around and said, "My wife is Mexican." It's like, it was hilarious, you know. I never get notified. I just happened to see live, so I looked, and it was Bruce C's. Anna, I love you for it. And I'm really sorry that is happening to a lot of you that don't get the bloody notifications. It really pisses me off. And very important that you guys mention it to me, because if not, I wouldn't know. But as you see now, Anna, this channel is here only because of people like you that come here and help the channel in many ways that you all do. And I really love you guys for it. I do this full time, so it would be nice to have more new people coming by. We're close to 100,000. I'm at 2,940 away from, hey, think of it, 2,940 away from being at 100,000 milestone. Don't worry, not going to be bragging about it. It has nothing to do with bragging. I probably have tears in my eyes. I'm going to be so bloody happy that I was able to reach 100,000 people. I reached millions, but that's not showing yet. Hey, people's here, an official reminder to smash that like button as hard as you can, guys. Now, Celiaos, thank you, brother. That's what we got to do. Thank you very much. Love the love. I love you all. Same here. Sydney, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming back, brother. Keep healthy, all. Same to you, my amazing friend from the United Kingdom. Thanks, you guys. Jedediah says, when I noticed Bruce was live, it was because of the live ring around his channel pick from a video on my feed. Yeah, absolutely. If it just so happens, you're looking for the channel, but some people put on notifications, Jedediah, and they don't have time to look around to see if I posted or not. And they're always continually being mentioned about it too late. I hate it when that happens, but it happens a lot. That's what I want to hear. Singe Man. Yes, we are. Thank you very much for being here, Singe. Quite a few watching warriors here, I'm positive. That's where you send the UFO stuff. Send anything you want except for anthrax. Remember that time when I told people, I said, you can send me anything, even cookies. I shouldn't have said that. Some people had, a couple of people have sent me some baked items and stuff. I was like, oh my God, I love you guys. Typical rain is I'm ready to go to work. Of course, it's the morning fake rain. To the button, then you can push the button. That's right, exactly. First, I say definitely are, man. 100% in the pole shift. Tim Ravel, thanks, man. Morning milk skies. That sucks, and that's how it is. Hey, Wally, I appreciate that, man. Good for you, Anna. Doesn't take much for us to be almost jailed now these days. Like, we're the bad people. We're the domestic terrorists, right? Join the cool kids Friday night live with Moon Man Bruce, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you then. Yes, guys. And I thank you all for making this channel what it is. We've been talking about so many things the past few years. We're all excited to find out if the UFO phenomena story is going to come out, and we can no longer call it the UFO phenomena because it's actually not a phenomena. It's actually something very real. Hey, Louis Pepin, thank you. Merci, mon frère. Thanks, man. Hi, Bruce. I love hearing your point of view on what. Thanks for appreciating that. I appreciate that, man. I like hearing your point of view on what's going on in that crazy world. It's why we put more credit on your research. Hey, merci, Louis. On t'aime, lâche pas. Tu es très bon en recherche. Bon live. Salut, mon frère. Louis, merci pour l'encouragement, man. Je t'aime fort, bro. Puis je continue. Je te remercie. Ça donne que tu es sur la chaîne française. Demain, samedi, on fait un autre en direct. On va parler plein de choses. Encore une fois, thanks, man. Yeah. Singe, man, says, I saw 3 white orbs seemingly to enter atmosphere at the 3 stars of Orion's Belt, 2012. Alamosa, Colorado. Thanks very much, my friends from Alamosa, Colorado. That's an interesting one, Singe, man. I'll tell you what, bro. It's interesting that you say seeming to enter the atmosphere. I have several videos of exactly those 3 stars of Orion near Orion's belt, right? You know, higher up, Betelgeuse and Orion's belt. Around that area, not far from the Great Orion Nebulae, also the nebula. I have videos, Singe Man, for real. And I said the exact same thing as what you said there, entering Earth's atmosphere or lower Earth. I could see them coming in like from other dimensions. A little round circle flash, and then the light just all of a sudden is there, and it literally looked like it was coming into the atmosphere. The Pentagon has admitted now there really are some ships, in theory, they say, that are possibly letting out scout craft to come down to the surface and then going back to a larger craft. So very recently, one of the videos I showed you a UFO light, 2 UFO lights that are face to face with one another. One very small light, one very big light, and when they touch each other, at the very moment they touch each other, there's a giant flash that appears on screen. These are the last few videos. You can check them out if you haven't already, the new people here. And it disappeared, and only one light remained, the brightest light. So those lights could be accumulating and spitting out other lights, like I was able to show on the surface of the moon way back in 217 and 216. Literally lights that are splitting in two, where one UFO, again, recently, past few videos, one UFO has a black line that appears beside it because obviously the atmosphere and clouds or whatnot was pushed away as another light extrudes that one. I have no idea what leaves that one or is formed from that one. It's obviously a technology that we know not of. Louis Pepin, merci encore, bro. Huh? Thanks again, guys. Everything's jamming up here. Burn says internet just shut down. They're doing fiber optics cable laying here. It's on and off. Hey, I don't like that, Burn. That's what they did to me a couple months ago. Exactly that. They were applying the fiber optics cable that was already here, but that was damaged by a storm. When they fixed that bloody optics cable, my connection came back where it only takes me 3 to 5, 10 minutes to upload a video now, as compared to the 2 hours of time that it usually takes me to upload a video. But the thing I hate about those optics, the minute there's a connection that's broken in the whole setup, it screws up everybody. Nobody else has a bloody connection anymore. What is it going to look like in the future, eh? With electric cars and there's blackouts, or we're 3 months without electricity. Nobody's going to be able to drive around in a car. Nobody, except for that guy that kept a little bit of gas in a container and he puts it in his moped or his I'm going back to the 70s and 80s here, scooter, motorcycle, car, who knows. There is Soldier Q, thank you so much, I appreciate that. Love from the UK. Love and power and energy, man. Right back at you, brother. Thank you very much, guys. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. I've got huge glitches and photos taken on high spray days. Another interesting thing, eh? I'll tell you what, I'm having glitches when it comes to filming the sun. When I'm outside filming the bloody sun, my Nikon P900 reacts. I was going to say erects. What's wrong with me? But it totally reacts abnormally, where it says that my car, they can't read it, and it says that you're out of the function, or you're between two functions. It's not even, there's words that pop up on my camera, and at the same time a lot of shaking and lines that are appearing when I'm filming the sun. And that, my little primitive head, without, because I'm no genius, I can only say that it has to be the frequencies that are interfering, right? Radio emissions are cancerous. When that radiation comes from the sun to pummel Earth, the magnetosphere is supposed to protect it. But is anybody looking to see if the magnetosphere is always up? I heard very recently, for certain secret projects, they take down the defense around Earth, the magnetosphere, they take it down so certain things can come in or go out. Well, let me guess, like going to space, is that what they do? They take down the magnetosphere that we call a magnetosphere, that could actually just very well be a force field. We just said here, somebody said it, and I mentioned it before plenty of times, like a lot of you have, the planets possibly being motherships or UFOs. You know, I don't think that's ridiculous at all. I'm not at all. William, greeting from Arizona. Thank you very much, man. Gabber Beast in the house. Thanks, brother. Well, another thing, Burn. Let me check it out. I don't know if you guys know it, but right as of this morning, the sun was extremely bad, guys. And I believe by tonight, in the middle of the night, or by tomorrow, if not already, there will be a corona mass ejection, or maybe just a G3 storm. But I tend to think it would be more than just a G3 storm. Let me go check real quickly. Now there's a Corona hole is facing Earth, by the way, and there's a G2 geomagnetic storm watch right now. So it went from G3 to G2. That's good. Went down a little bit. Direction of the interplanetary magnetic field is slightly south. Good. Keep going and leave. Ooh. Oh. Well, I'll be definitely getting the sun in about 15, 20 minutes outside, if we have a bit of a sky. So it's pretty bad yet again. So yeah, guys, be prepared for probably another, possibly a coronal mass ejection again in the next couple of days. And it takes a couple of days for it to arrive to Earth. So be prepared for that. Soldier Q from the UK and everybody, thanks again, you guys. It's a magnetic pole reversal, which have been on their wonder since around 1860. Yeah, there's a big difference with the Earth reversing poles and the sun reversing poles, right? The Earth, it happens every so many, like 780 million years, they say. But the sun, it's something that happens commonly every so many years as it reverts both back and forth. But a magnetic pole reversal, absolutely. They say the equator is going to shift to where the poles are, and the poles, in theory, that's what the pros are saying, and the poles are going to shift to where the equator is. So look on a map or on the globe where the equator is and everything that's going on, and you will see there's definitely all the same areas where all this activity is happening. So the southern hemisphere of Earth is going to have a lot more problems than the northern hemisphere. And I'm not saying we're not going to have any problems in the northern hemisphere. We will, and cold regions, right? Mini ice ages can form, and we've seen it. California, best example. That here in the news, if it happened, excuse me, it would have been called a mini ice age. They occur in the last 2 or 3 days. Blistering snow, blizzard like snow, squalling snow where you can't see 5 feet in front of you. You can't see your hands in front of you. And it leaves these massive accumulations of snow, and the temperature really goes down. But there's not enough research that that we've done with the sun yet. Things that they're just finding out. The sunspots, all the sunspots have a corona around them themselves, a bright glow. That bright glow is actually stopping some of the sunlight from the sun, recently found, from reaching Earth. We heard of the greenhouse effects. What happens is where light, heat comes down, hits the surface, but does not bounce back up, because that's what our sun used to do, where a sun ray will bounce back exactly where it's touching and hitting. It's staying trapped under the clouds, and it's heating up the earth. And the worst of it, it's going to drown us, because that heat accumulation, what happens? Heat rises. When it goes up, the hot air clashes with the cold air, and the first layer of the clouds, 1 mile up around the world, it's 1 mile up the clouds, approximately the first layer of the clouds. It hits that layer, it transforms into precipitation, and it pours back down on us. Now, they have chemtrails that they're spraying. So when they know that's about to happen, notice it. I'm sure you've all noticed it, most of you already. When there's a storm, try to think back if a couple of hours before the storm, or 24 hours before the storm, or 48 hours, try to remember if the chemtrails were excessively bad, right? I'm not saying it's necessarily caused because of them, but it's for sure, it has to do a lot with that. Hey, Ron, how's it going, man? Ron Boras from the Cherokee Nation. Under the gun tonight. Tornadoes approaching. Setting up a rocking chair outdoors for the monster-in-law that wish me luck. I keep forgetting it is Ron that talks to me about the monster-in-law. Love you, brother, man. Good times, man. Well, not with the monster-in-law, but good times. Sitting on a balcony. We're really part of the end, but don't forget, the end is it's a hidden meaning for the new beginning, and we are really in a new beginning. And I'm not talking about the new world order, even though we're in the Agenda 2030. They started doing things too soon because the sun was getting too active, and they're afraid that they're not going to have time to gain control before that happens. But honestly, when the pandemic hit, I was praying for a blackout. I don't know about you guys. I was just praying for everything to go black. There you go, guys. Won't be able to reach anyone. Won't be able to tell people to do anything with no information. So when somebody tells me, Bruce, they're going to block us out and we won't be able to communicate anymore, I highly doubt that. The internet is a weapon. It's a government's weapon, an elite weapon, very smartly planned weapon, where when we look at it, we see it as something that we bought for our use, which it is, but the main use and goal of a computer is not for you to FaceTime your mother or interact with people on social media. It's to take over, it's to know where you are. It's the before chip to be able to monitor you and survey you 24/7, to always know where you are, to always know what you're thinking of, and to always know what you're going to be doing ahead of time, right? If we had an internet where we could see the government talking online saying, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we'd know ahead of time everything happens, but they don't do that, right? Just the silly news media always lying about a whole bunch of things. Why can't we see what's actually at the North Pole? Is there a huge hole? That's interesting, Grip Ripper. Thanks for bringing that up. And apparently, no, we don't see it. And I'll tell you something else. Why don't we see it on maps? It's a real thing. Is it because of what you said? Is there a big hole there? Well, it's a very interesting subject because we could go back and talk about what um, the Americans did by sending somebody up there on a journey back in the 1920s, 1940s to go up. Admiral Byrd went up there with over 4,500 American soldiers and probably agents or whatnot, geologists, you name it, brought a lot of food up, brought a lot of airplanes, and a lot of uh, big, massive military ships. They were ready to go to war. When they got over there, you started hearing about some stories that were labeled as rumors, some stories, whether they be labeled as real or not. I don't know sometimes, but apparently his son, right, Admiral Byrd's son, in his father's journal, would have written a post, Admiral Byrd himself, talking about some very mysterious creatures and hole that he would have seen in Antarctica at the end of our globe. And apparently, he said that there was a region. This is really, he said this, he wrote this. There was a region big enough for Boeing planes to fly into this massive cave where there's sunlight and holes from the sunlight that are coming in, causing vegetation to grow in there. It was warm. There was plant life, and there were insects and creatures like spiders that were 100 times as big as the spiders that we have here on Earth, on the regular side of Earth, if you want. But I wouldn't put that by the poles and look at it the way you want, Grit Ripper. They're going to the South Pole, the Aikman Basin, or whatnot. They want to go to the poles on the moon. Why? Maybe because there is an entrance at the end of planets or moons. Maybe all of them are. NASA recently mentioned, and the professional scientists supposedly, that they're looking for alien life. I don't know if you've heard this, but they've been talking about it for several years. Really looking for alien beings, not just living organisms. Because often an astronaut will tell you alien life is microbial. They'll say that it's small, that it's not something that's, living organisms that are ginormous. It's living organisms that are very, very small and not intelligent beings, right? Well, I don't know. I think there are intelligent beings out there in space. I don't think it's just microbial. I think it's both. And what they admitted is that they're looking for alien life on the dark sides of all celestial objects because they say by looking on the dark side, we can see if there are any lights that would look like cities, like humans here have built on Earth. So they didn't hide that. It's the same thing when I look at the moon and I do a manipulation of the exposure by taking the exposure down to show more of the lights how they are. And you start saying, holy shit, I didn't see those 4 or 5 lights side by side. Think of it. The first time I saw supposed craters side by side, 7 of them, all the same shape and form, distance at the exact same distance between all of them, I knew right away, or I had a different vibe. And I said, there's no way in hell that those are craters that we see on the moon. Craters come in sideways everywhere, 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 everywhere. You're not going to see, because of the atmosphere, inertia, the pull, when something comes into the atmosphere of a planet, will come in and go around it. The same reason why an asteroid, when it comes into the solar system, goes around the sun before going around Earth, which it obviously goes around all the other planets too, right? Or whizzes by the other planets. There's so much to know and so much to learn. It'd be impossible knowing and learning everything about science, but you can do just a little bit of research for real, just a little bit of research, and you can see that even some of the big scientists are talking through their hats. They don't know anything, right? Like the judges on the Supreme Court in the states don't know what certain articles are, certain bills that were passed. They don't know what. They were asked questions by, of course, John Kennedy, senator, asked them in Congress. They were asking him, you know, What's this article for? What's that one for? What's this law for? They don't know. Sorry, I've only been here on my 4 years here on the stand. I did not have to do anything in relationship to that. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're hiring any Tom, Dick, and Harry to be able to pretend that they're judges. It's all a falsification of everything. Getting off topic here. Thanks again, Mr. Peter, and everyone for the generous contributions. Vladimir in the house. Serbia. Right on, Vladimir. Thank you. Привет. Serbia in the house. I appreciate it. Hello to all. Bruce L community. I'm off to work. Hey, have a good one, man. We'll miss the stream. No mobile data left. That's what I thought. So all soon look after yourself and each other. I'll see you soon, brother. Mix Mayhem, how's it going? We will synchronize our times this weekend here in the UK. Yes, some more changes in the times, some more communication problems, different gaps in the difference of times. Some people will be coming to the stream more tired. Some will be have slept longer, depending on where you are and how they're shifting the time. Yep, it's all the shift's fault, Anna. Bobby Cat, thank you so much. Thanks, Bobby. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for the incredible support, you guys. Hello, Bruce. I hope you're well. I'll watch later in full since I'm at work. We had some interesting topics. You'll enjoy it, Bobby Cat. Hello to you and to everyone with you if you're at work with friends, but wanted to stop by and say hello. You are amazing, my friend. Thank you, Bobby Cat. Sending lots of love and energy your way. And again, as always, thank you for the incredible support to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Have a nice day at work today, my hardworking friend. Hello to coworkers if they're with you watching right now. Delay. Hello, Grip, because when they get home, they'll be able to look from their own homes, Get more people watching the channel. Be so awesome. That's how it is. Delay. Hello, Grip Ripper and Darla. Delay. How's it going, my friend? Kelly said she likes smoked salmon only. 2 with scrambled eggs. Yum. Yeah, that would sound good. Anything's good with eggs for me, anyways. Yeah, imagine they do in the UK too. All different times to screw us all up. Sun looks white, bright LED flashlight. Yes, exactly. The white sun has come back, unfortunately. Is punctured ball in the house? I didn't see him. Thanks, Darla and mods for keeping me informed. Let me scroll down here. That's what I'll do. I'll scroll all the way down. Another 5 minutes here. Hey, spent a lot of time with you all. How long have I been streaming? Been streaming 1 hour and 52 minutes. I thought it was longer than that, actually. What they do behind the scenes, we cannot even imagine. Is beyond our thought of depravity. I believe that. Only real evil thoughts goes they're not a child of God. They're demons, evil demons lurking in the darkness. That's what they're doing. Hello, Karen Fitzpatrick. Thanks for coming in, you guys. I'm very sorry for taking so long to reply to you all. Yeah, Gabber Beast, the aliens are studying us on the moon. 100%. 100% with telescopes included. They're watching us, whether they're protecting us, whether they're defending their establishments and not. They have a lot to do with humans here for sure. Michelle Adams, hello to you. Thanks for coming in, you guys. Yeah, exactly. No reminder. YouTube should do that. The times are recently changing. You say, if you're watching this streamer, you will be 1 hour later tomorrow because they'll be advancing the time or whatever. There'll be no buildings nor habitations on the moon. Anyone want to bet? Yeah. You want to bet? They're already there. Follow my nose. It always knows. Actually, follow my eyes. Screw the nose. Yeah, there's definitely structures up there. 100% structures. And there's lots of structures. And some of the structures should be concerning because some of them look like building establishments. So very scary. 91 thumbs up, 9 missing for 100 thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. We're at least 100 people watching, which is good. Yesterday it said there was 150 all the time watching, and you know what? It was a glitch. Did you know that it was locked at 150? And I got under 1,000 views on the stream that day, which it should have registered 1,700 views. You can't change the analytics. You can't lie about that. It shows. You can adopt. It's about time I go down to see what everyone's talking about, eh? Yes, of course. I wouldn't want them to do that. You watch my ass this summer. I'll get back up into shape. I love it. Love walking. I love exercising. Just very busy. Hey, it's a fat person's excuse. In ancient Earth literature, there is very interesting. There's never mention of the moon. However, there is mention of it appearing in later works. Interesting. You're right about that. It does come into play at one point. If you go back into the 15th century, if you go back into the year 300, there's going to be certain things that were not being mentioned, right? Look at it as far back as you want. If they talk about the moon in the Bible, it's because they've been talking a hell of a long time about the moon, right? Even though it was probably written by Masons. But Sydney, when it comes to a warm, just look at the funding the Second World War, and the first had the same bank findings. Yep, the same things are occurring with the bank. Same things are occurring with the markets, the stock markets, the gold, the silver. There's a couple of states that are actually forming a barter system now. I heard of a gold currency. It looks like a dollar bill. There we go again. It's a golden dollar bill so that people that have gold won't have to spend $3,000 because an ounce of gold around here is high enough, you know, when you think of it. I didn't think there was that many people that comments. I get a lot of comments. You guys know how many comments I get here? I get about 1,700 to 1,900 comments in the feed. So really appreciate that. Kai's like a super soldier. Can't stop him. Where's my friend Kai? Is I Am Kai in the house? If so, welcome, I Am Kai. David Donlin. Sorry for missing you guys. Welcome, welcome. Bobby, thank you so much. Bruce, when you get a chance, hey, that's a lot, you guys. Thank you so much, Bobby. When you get a chance, check out a video I uploaded on my channel with pleasure, of the UFO I taped after seeing it came out of the ocean. Are you serious? Off the coast of Malibu. I only have like 3 videos, not so hard to find. Bobby Cat, I'm definitely going to see it. And please do me a favor. I'm not forcing you for or trying to trick you. When this stream is done, just leave me in the comment section so that I can post your link on the top and tell people to go see your video. But it's because I can't get to your channels at all. Nobody here. I'm glitched. I can't even click on your channels. I write in Bobby Cat. They never show me the channels when I type in the names. So I just want to be sure that I can go and directly click on that because I absolutely want to see that, Bobby Cat. So a little in the comment section, a little hello. I'll post that on top because I do want people to see that video too. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Bobby Cat. Wow, you guys. Our friend Kai here. And she's back. 2:04. Bruce is always late. Highland Boy, love it, Bruce. Yes. Love listening. You're good. Keep up your good music coming. Thank you, Julie Parker. Had a lot of fun doing it. The Island Boys. Doop, doop. Get to my head now. Glass is tougher than concrete in space, apparently. Smart stuff. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference when it comes to the moon and when it comes to Earth. Somebody just the other day here on the stream was mentioning it to me. I had mentioned it before in the past about the laws of physics. Laws of physics around Earth and in our atmosphere around Earth are not like the laws of physics on the moon. If you want to really go to the moon, you're not going to be able to calculate any descent whatsoever by calculating with the laws of physics on Earth. They would have had to have already known the changes and the differences. Don't forget, they're going to have a time change, time differences on the moon to be able to match, right? 29.5 days in the sun. They'll have plenty of time to do some building for 29.5 days. Imagine that. Seen the video of the sun pulsating. I've seen plenty of them. Crispy bacon. Crispy bacon. Wow, that was a news media in the States that talked about crispy bacon, which was an actual pig without his hind legs that had a little wagon buggy with wheels wheeling around, and it caught the news announcer off guard when he turned around. He said crispy bacon, and you saw the little pig walking with the wheels in back. Anyways, I remember that many years ago. That will not happen today. Maybe next time. Maybe next time, not tomorrow. 420 here, Roger Reed. Right on, brother. Happy 420 to you guys and gals that are 420ing right now. It helps get through the stream, makes things a little funnier. Donate for space parts. See the Darla link and donate. Absolutely, donate for space parts. I'm building a spaceship right there. Send the space parts there. I've seen videos of phone cameras, sensors reacting to the sun. Absolutely. Mine really does react, and I've had a lot of problems. And sometimes I go outside, I power it on, the light comes on, but there's nothing in the screen, like nothing's activated. The camera's literally off, but you just see the green light of the camera happening. I believe that the radiation from the sun must most likely definitely interfere with that. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming by the stream, making this a good stream. We had a wonderful stream again, some interesting conversations. Bobby Cat, you got to check out the blood construction that they want to do at the beginning of the stream. A couple of things that I brought up, some important things. Alien implant, says Anna Bone, will attract a magnet. Best way to tell you if you have an implant. That's absolutely true. And if I stick this magnet on my forehead and it stays there, I'm going to be very concerned. You know what? I feel like it's pulling the hell out of my third eye. I don't like that experience very much. Guy just falls down. Incredible. Jennifer Parkhill. Also my collarbone, but not inoculated or tested. I must have missed the first part of that one. Sorry about that, Jennifer. There's still more people. I'm still scrolling down. Don't think I've been taken. Well, I'll tell you what, Jennifer, we were probably all of us, every single one of us have been abducted before. And if I was to tell you that going into a spaceship, if you were not to feel any height elevation or sickness like you're being brought up somewhere, you probably wouldn't be too worried. And I tend to think that they're able to beam you up on a ship, and that you lying in your bed is a little trick that they do where they don't have to get you lying down, where you're actually beamed up lying down. I don't know if they physically beam you up. And if they do, you would be beamed up with your room and you wouldn't feel that you're not in the room. You know what I mean? Like to trick people, right? Smoke and mirrors. When I tell you that, smoke and mirrors. That's how I take what's being done. They're using smoke and mirrors. You guys can check out Bobby Cat's video also, which she's going to leave. I know she's busy, may not have time, but I hope she leaves a comment. If not, I'm still going to look for you if you don't leave a comment there. But a UFO leaving the water, my friends, do you think it would be cool seeing that? Damn right. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Check out Bobby Cat's channel too at the same time. Support her, subscribe to her, leave her a comment, say, hey, thanks. We're taking time out of your busy day to leave us the video. It's truth. Hey, Peter Benton, thanks again, man. So, Bruce, is this an Island Boy parody tune you did on Patreon on Bruce's music? Because if it's Bruce's music, I haven't had no notifications for it. Love to hear and watch it. Oh, absolutely. I thought you had listened to it, but yeah, it's a parody. Basically, I'm singing a part of their song, but it's their song, their words. But I made up 3 new notes of the guitar, which is not the notes that they use in the song. That's the difference. If you go listen to the Island Boys, it's the same octave, which is totally funny watching them. But yeah, it was to be a parody. Monsieur Frederick Santorelli, merci mon frère. Thanks, bro. Merci d'être ici. Yeah, you got to check it out, Peter. I had a good fun with that one. I think I got over 300 views. Actually, I was impressed. Maybe there was roasted marshmallows. French got a munch too. Yeah, maybe. Maybe there were. Wow, look at all the people here. And I missed some, of course. Biden wants Canada to send military to Haiti. Margaret, thank you. I know it can depend on her. Interesting. Didn't get to that part yet. Biden wants Canada to send military to Haiti. Well, isn't that interesting? And for those that don't know, well, the military U.S. had sent some ships to Haiti, and there was a problem with Haiti needing the American government, excuse my hiccups, to go and defend them and to stop the people that were protesting in front of the oil and fuel, gas, and pump lines over there. Because apparently the people of Haiti were blocking the trucks from being able to reach there. And we heard there was something that happened with the news that they sent down some Americans and some ships. And then they all of a sudden, right, Margaret, they stopped talking about it. Margaret Leach, I love you. Thanks so much for the information, as you always bring some good information to the channel. And of course, I don't always get a chance to answer back to everyone. That's Peter's song that he made about me, which I loved, by the way. I'm Back. Another parody song that Peter made. This is Cynical Energy, a channel that Peter Benton started, his music channel, music parody channel, to have some fun on. There's already a video up, maybe even more than a video up. Take the time to check it out. Giants are usually mentioned having 6 fingers. You said it, Nephilim, the giants, and as a matter of fact, yeah, the giants and who else? There's lots of beings back in the days that they're talking about having 6 fingers. There were 2 people at my school that had 6 toes, and I actually remember seeing it. Didn't change anything to me. Didn't mention it. Not to make the person shy, but I remember seeing that and I said, whoa, 6 toes. Freedom is saying what you want, when you want, amongst other things. Wisdom is knowing when to say what you want, when you want, and being open to opinion and correction. You're absolutely right about that. Yes, because in reality, freedom of speech is not about putting down another race, culture, or religion. It's about giving your opinions. It's about disagreeing with them if you want to disagree with them. There's a way of doing it without saying that you guys are freaking morons. You're all in the same boat. The whole world hates you guys. You guys are always wrong. The whole world is right. That's what people do. Try to, get other people's goats going there. That's how it is. Thank you again, Julie Stats, for sharing that. Our friend Peter's channel. A comet's supposed to pass by this weekend. I think you could be right about that. Darn, here be cloudy with rain and snow mix. I think there is, and if I'm not mistaken, Margaret, if it's not the A3, it could mean it already went by. I'd have to double check to see if there is one that's going by Earth. A comet, too, you said. Oh, crap. I didn't hear that one. I'm going to have to check that out. Actually, I did hear something about that. I will check it out, Margaret. Thank you. Kingdoms are ruled by kings. Empires are ruled emperors. Well said. Countries are ruled by, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how it is. That's like King Tut. I mean, King Charles is a higher ruler, ruling over these clowns. So for all the people that I missed and didn't have a time to get down to you all, I thank you so much. Rose Cullen, use inches, feet, miles here in the States. Yep, inches, feet, and miles. We use feet here too in inches. Absolutely. It's the measurements like, millimeters, milligrams, this all those little things that we have differences for whatever the silly reason. Jules of Southern Oregon, thanks again for coming back. Thankful to catch you live. Very thankful. Wonderful day to you. Same to you, Jules of Southern Oregon. Thank you very much. George Klaus, thanks for being here. Again, Rose, thank you very much. Bruce, bless, thank you. Yep, alive and living, but so happy I didn't totally miss your live tonight. It's great to see the family again. Love to you all. Love you even more, Evelyn. Yeah, Evelyn's got 2 days ahead of me sometimes. 24th here, it could be the 26th for all we know in Evelyn's part of the world. That's why I get my lottery numbers from Evelyn. I have a coordination problem between my eyes and my fingers. Maybe I need a haircut. Could be. I got a bit of that coordination problem too. Between the ears area. This is a reminder. Don't forget your thumbs up for the channel, peoples. Merci, mon frère. I can't thank you all enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming back on tonight at 8 o'clock. I will get off for now. To all that I missed, I'm so sorry for having missed you. Bobby Cat, if you're still listening, leave a comment, please, so I can have an easier way of going to see your video. You can be sure 20 or 30 people will probably want to go see that 100%. Remember, Beth Noyce that comes here also has a channel and a video or two that you got of a daytime UFO. Beth Noyce. I mean, these are videos that people should be watching and channels people should be watching because it's just hidden out there. I try, Scratch. Thanks a lot, you guys. And hey, I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Love from Canada to you all. If there's any new people here today that took the time to subscribe, or that you've been here for years and you're already subscribed, or you're not subscribed, but you just come by and watch the videos, I thank you ever so much. And thanks to all you mods. Thanks for generous contributions also, everyone, and the comments. And I'll see you all in the comment section. Be sure to check out Peter's new channel, Crazy Music Space Jam, and the channel that I just told you to check out, Cynical Energy, Peter's musical parody channel. See you all later, guys. Thanks, Peter, for the generous contributions. Say hi to Kelly. I love you all, guys. Bye-bye for now.